when we get stories like this, there's only one person to go to. We go to our resident Professor Joe Laevens, who's got a new book coming out soon called Alien Invasion, Dawn of the Hybrid Super Species. Good evening, Joe.
Hello there. Good evening to you, Ian. Great to speak to you again.
Great to speak to you. We are taking calls. I can see we've got Malcolm. I can see we've got Alan. 0344 499 1000. If you want to join them, tell us. Just give us a brief synopsis of the book, Joe.
Okay. First of all, I want to pick you up on you're playing the Twilight Zone music. Yeah. You refer to the wacky, the mentally deranged, the
disturbed, mentally disturbed.
Disturbed. I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
There's nothing disturbed about it. This is factual. This is science.
Well, I mean, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's a little bit of fun.
No, sir. It is not fun.
No.
This is life. This is science. What we're talking about here are at least 3 planets with a newly discovered solar system that's 39 light years from Earth.
Right.
Astronomers at the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, of course, have detected no less than 7 roughly Earth-sized worlds.
How do they? How do they detect them? How do they detect them? Have they got like a very strong telescope?
Yes, they do, sir. Yes, they do.
Wow.
There's a telescope in La Silla, Chile, which gives the system its name. It's called the TRAPPIST Robotic Telescope.
Yeah.
And what they've done is they've looked into the so-called Goldilocks zone, where temperatures are suited to surface oceans of liquid water.
Yeah.
And decided that yes, the conditions are right for Earth.
How powerful is the telescope? Is it the difference from, I don't know if you've ever been to the top of the Empire State Building.
Yes, sir. I have.
And if you look over the edge, you can't really see. People look like ants. But if you put a quarter, 25 cents into the telescopes, then you can actually make out what people are wearing. Are these telescopes powerful enough to see people?
Oh, my friend.
Huh?
Look, we're looking at something that is, well, it's infinitely more powerful than that.
So we can see closer than just what they're wearing?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, absolutely. We're talking about something that's 39 light years away.
Right.
It's an awful lot further away than looking at the bottom of the Empire State Building. But
can
you're pulling my leg.
I'm getting confused. I'm not convinced that this proves anything, really. I don't, there are no photographs of these planets. The picture in the sun is clearly drawn by someone.
Right.
And B, we don't know this exists. There's a big campaign at the moment, isn't there, about fake news and the mainstream media lying to us.
Yes, sir.
And I would suggest that this is just fake news. It distracts us from what's going on in our own pathetic lives.
If you're prepared to read my book, Alien Invasion, Dawn of the Hybrid Superspecies, you'll find out that far from this being fantasy, far from this being fake news, as I believe you call it, it's very clear what's happened. Alien came, did it with a monkey, and what we have now is human beings. I don't think that's.
What did you say about a monkey? I looked away for a second. What did you say about a monkey?
An alien done it with a monkey. That's how, basically, in colloquial terms, that's how human beings came about.
An alien done it with a monkey?
Yes, okay, he did.
An alien done it with a monkey?
A monkey, yes, that's what happened, yes.
Why would an alien do it with a monkey? And that made humans. That made humans.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, that is my contention in my book.
In the book, Alien Invasion, Dawn of the Hybrid Superspecies.
Yes, an alien came down, it had sex with a monkey. I mean, how is it that we have monkeys? Apparently, Homo sapiens have...
What if I had sex with a monkey?
If you had sex with a monkey...
Yes? What would happen? I'd be arrested.
I'm not here...
Joe?
Hello?
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 Sorry, I'm not here to advocate you having sex with a monkey, no.
We've got some calls. Would you like to...
I'm not prepared to be drawn on that one, sorry.
Okay. Would you like to take some calls?
Yes, please.
Let's go to Malcolm. Malcolm, you're through to the Professor.
Hello, Professor. I would just like to ask, why has the Americans not gone back to the moon? And is it true that they reckon that there could be some kind of glass structures on the moon or something? Because I've heard that on Howard Hughes' show on the station
Howard
here.
Hughes.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Okay,
Why haven't they gone back to the moon?
Well, I believe, through Russia, China, and America, the space station and so forth, that there's very little more they can research from the moon. I mean, the moon is a lump of rock. I'm not sure what that's going to give us.
What about the glass structures that Malcolm mentioned on the moon?
Well, yes. I mean, there are structures on there. I believe that there are houses, they're rudimentary houses. I'm a firm believer in that.
On the moon?
Dwellings, yeah. Domiciles, yes.
Wow.
I do believe that.
Wow.
And any rudimentary research will show you that you only have to look. I mean, you look that up. Houses on moon. Put that on Google. You will find that.
Malcolm, have you heard? So you've heard about this, have you, Malcolm? Houses on the moon.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a theory about it. Actually, I believe that there were advanced civilizations on this planet, and we've probably been hit by something like I don't know, maybe a meteorite or something.
Yeah.
That's wiped them out. I think people have actually been to the moon from this planet, not aliens, but I think advanced civilizations on this planet once existed, and they're wiped out by either solar changes or polar changes.
Malcolm, can I ask, what do you think about the professor's assertion that an alien came down and did it with a monkey?
I just find it rather bizarre. I don't believe in it.
No, but the stuff about super beings.
Apparently, you're prepared to believe Malcolm, you can't be selective with these things. What I want to ask you, Malcolm, is what evidence do you have of aliens living amongst us? Because that's one of my assertions, that there are aliens living on Earth. Do you believe that out?
Really, do you know that the Egyptians existed? There were advanced civilizations similar to them.
The Egyptians still exist, I think.
Sorry?
I think the Egyptians still exist. I know they had some troubles over there.
What I'm trying to say, Ian, is I believe that there were quite advanced civilizations around, and they may have actually gone to the moon themselves. And I think,
like in wooden rockets.
We know very little about this planet that we live on.
It's true.
Go back to the Jurassic period all the time and things like that. I don't know.
Joe, we're asking. James on Twitter is asking if you can. Last time you came on, you drew us a picture.
Yes, sir.
Apologies. You sent us a photograph of your evidence of aliens. Are there any illustrations in this new book, Alien Invasion: Dawn of the Hyper?
Yes,
the
there
hybrid
are.
super I've not finished. That you could send over to me so I can tweet them out.
Okay, I have various diagrams that I have drawn based on various research I have done throughout the United States and this country and Europe. I am prepared to send you one of my illustrations later on.
Fantastic.
I will do that.
And can you explain to us, I know the story behind this, but there is a very pertinent reason why you're not on Twitter. You don't trust Twitter, do you?
No, sir. Sir.
Tell the listeners why not.
Well, I tell you why, sir, because it's Malcolm who just spoke to, the world, we have been infiltrated by alien species. Call them what you like, extraterrestrials, higher form intelligence, aliens. They are living amongst us.
They could be listening to this show right now.
Well, very possibly.
If they've got DAB.
And this is, you joke about it, Ian, but these people...
The aliens could be listening. If you're... Here we go.
Want to...
I'll do it. Let's do it. If you're an alien listening to this show right now, 0344 499 1000, and come and talk to us. There we go.
If there are any aliens, extraterrestrials who want to phone in and speak to me, I will be able to tell if they're from this world or not.
Okay.
I've done extensive research. 45 years in this business will tell me if they are extraterrestrials. But if they want to phone in and speak to me, sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Caller, you're through to the professor. Now, alien or real?
Now, you laugh, Ian. Is that an alien? What is?
You tell me, Professor.
Hello.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hello?
Hello?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Do you understand me?
Are you peaceful? Are you peaceful?
He's gone.
Are you peaceful?
He's gone. He's just disappeared.
Well, this is what I'm talking
Wow.
about, Ian. I don't know whether that was a human being or whether that was extraterrestrial. I mean, I would encourage him to phone back. Let's talk.
Vaughan has tweeted 0344 499 1000. Dan, we'll come to you in a second. Vaughan has tweeted, "Can you ask the professor if aliens carry out anal probes on pets? I had to take my budgie to the vet and they phoned the police."
I think you're pulling my leg. Is that right?
No, Vaughan is actually very, very ill, so I don't think he's in the mood for making jokes.
Well, if you read my book, Alien Invasion: Dawn of the Hybrid Superspecies, you will realize that yes, that there's a certain amount of anal probing that they do.
With pets, though.
I don't know about pets, but a human, a man's anus, they put a finger. They got long fingers and they stick it up there. You know.
What do they do that for? What do they get out of it apart from smelly fingers?
Temperature. They can take blood samples. They can fecal samples. These are all things that the aliens like. I mean, to us, it's appalling. Perhaps someone wants to.
Well, I don't go as far as saying appalling, jokes. And some people, it might be a bit of fun.
Not with a long finger. Look, listen, they got long fingers.
We're going where we don't want to go. Dan, you're through to the professor.
Hi, Professor Laevens.
Professor Laevens? What did you call me?
Professor Laevens.
Yes, I heard you the first time. You're going to be silly about it.
Hi. Well, I've got some questions for you, Professor. I've been following your career, and it's been quite an interesting talk tonight.
Okay.
With regards to those 7 new planets that NASA have located, how confident are you that those are genuine? Because using the probes that we've got so far, they found the face on Mars, if you remember, and that turned out just to be shadows, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know what it was. Why do you... Excuse me, sir, why do you think that's just shadows? Why would you think that?
Because science.
Because science.
Because science. I mean, you're a scientist yourself, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
I hope I'm not speaking out of turn.
It's a little bit rude, Dan.
Yeah, I don't mean to be, because obviously, you know, the professor is very respected in his field. But I was completely under the impression that the face on Mars was.
Well, okay, let's put that to one side. What's your question, Dan?
These 7 new Earth-like planets.
Mm.
Firstly, I mean, we need to know. I mean, we've already got this Earth-like planet, and it isn't the Earth-like planet it used to be. You know, it weighs a bit more than it used to. These 7 new Earth-like planets, will any of them be feeling the impact of Brexit? And are there any Muslims on those planets?
Ian, please, this is ridiculous.
Okay, I've cut him off. He's gone.
I'm so sorry. Look, if you know, I'm a very well-respected scientist.
No, and
I've worked for NASA. I've worked at Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
I've cut him. Why hasn't he cut off? That should have
get rid of them.
I'm trying to. The touch screen doesn't seem to be working.
I mean, we keep looking for standard kinds of
put it out.
I can't.
He's still here,
Dan. I want to cut you off, but I can't cut you off. My screen. Can you just hang up?
Do I have to?
Yeah, because I can't cut you off. So you're just going to have to. It would be if you could just put the phone down. Okay, he's gone now.
This is, you know, I don't have to put up with this.
No.
If you want to phone it, I'm happy.
He's still there. He's still there.
He's still there.
Can we just?
Can you get rid of this guy?
Right, he's gone now. Jimmy, you're through to the professor.
Hello.
Jimmy, you're through to the professor.
Oh, sorry, mate. Hello, Professor. I read a book called The Science Delusion by Rupert Sheldrake and heard a few podcasts that mention that DNA for human life couldn't have possibly come from this planet, or this planet didn't house the environment to begin human life. Just wondered what your thoughts were on that.
Absolutely.
Well, he thinks that aliens done it with a monkey.
I was using a colloquial term. Yes, I believe that aliens have had sexual intercourse with a monkey, and that's how we were propagated as a human species. What I'm saying to you is you only have to look around you. Which other creature, which other species destroy their own environment? None. The human being does.
I'm going to let you, Professor.
I'm still speaking.
No, I know, but you're talking utter guff. Jimmy, you want to come back to that?
Well, I was just going to say I'm from Walthamstow, and there definitely are some alien-looking people around here. So some of it makes a bit of sense to me. But
right, I'm just going to hang up. I'm just going to go.
No, Professor.
No. Hold on. No. I partially see where you're coming from, and I mean, even people. I think is it Crick who discovered DNA. Supposedly discovered DNA whilst high on LSD.
Yeah.
And some crazy ideas have come from people.
So you're asking, does the professor do drugs?
No, I'm asking the professor.
Is that what you're asking?
Do you trust these people and their previous their previous theories? And do you apart from believing that alien had sex with a monkey, do you actually genuinely believe that we are not from here originally?
Yes, I do. I believe.
How do you explain?
Are you drinking?
No, I'm not.
Are you on LSD, Jimmy?
No, I've never been on no LSD. No. I was just sitting. I was bored. I was at home. I was wondering why. I've always wanted to be able to do a backflip, and I've never been able to do a backflip. And then I've come off of that subject.
Ian,
the radio on, and then
Ian.
I've always wanted to do the thing, Jimmy, where you run up the wall and flip over.
See, stuff
An
like
alien
that.
can do that. An alien can do that.
Hang on a minute, Professor. This is interesting. Have you ever tried to do it, Jimmy? Because I've tried to do the running up the wall thing, but I bottle it just as I approach the wall.
See, that's exactly what I've done.
All those people, hang on, Professor, those people that can just stand there and then they just jump up and they flip over and land on their feet again.
Exactly. Now, I'd see that kind of stuff. Maybe the professor could see, Professor,
I can't
have you...
speak about that.
No, I don't want
tell you how to run up the wall. No. What are you, nuts?
What about ninjas? Because ninjas do some pretty crazy stuff that could be...
Ninjas are nuts, man. There's stuff they can do.
Nothing to do with it. Ninjas have nothing to do with extraterrestrials. They're human beings.
Yeah, but they're human beings that came from extraterrestrials. So do you...
And a monkey.
What you're saying. So do you believe that the extraterrestrials have left some skills here that maybe some people like possibly like
the wall?
Are you saying, hang on a minute, Professor, just to bring it back on point, are you suggesting that Jackie Chan is an alien?
No.
That's kind of what I was...
Chinaman.
So how do you explain the skills of ninjas when you're saying that aliens had sex with monkeys? Monkeys are super agile. Aliens are super nuts with the kind of skills they got. Put that together.
I'm not saying Chinamen are aliens. I'm not
because if you were suggesting that Chinamen were aliens,
Chinamen are not aliens.
That could be perceived as racism. And
I'm not saying Chinamen are aliens or racism.
What would you say on Earth that we could look at? Let's say, I don't know, ninjas, people that can backflip, people.
What
that can
about I saw on the American Record Breakers a lady that could make her eyes pop out.
Exactly.
Right,
is she an alien?
I've seen it. She was on You Be Framed as well.
Yeah, she was. Is she?
So who's closest then? Who here? What can we see here?
What can we see and hear?
I think that's from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Mate.
I am telling you. Listen to me. Please listen to me.
Because I've tried. I'm sorry, but I've tried to be.
Please listen to me.
So long.
Listen to me. Chinamen or ninjas are not aliens. Okay.
Japanese.
I'm telling you now there are aliens listening. Now, if they want to phone in and tell me what their skills are.
No aliens have called in so far.
We don't know that. We don't know that first one who phoned in.
Caddick. It's 50.
You know him?
He phones in from time to time, but
okay.
You know,
sometimes. He might have been.
I guess we've got another call coming through. We'll take that, and then let's just go to this now. Brian, you're through to the professor.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello, Professor. I want to ask you a couple of questions. Number one, what qualifications have you got to say that you're a scientist? And B, do you believe in God? because I believe in God, and I believe that God created everything.
Number one. Question first, then B.
I'll ask question number one first,
Yeah.
and then question B second.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I have worked for the Massachusetts Institute for Technology. I've worked for NASA.
He's got certificates. He's got certificates.
I've been trying to.
I'm wondering, do you have a master's degree or a?
Yes,
I don't
I
know,
do have a master's degree from Pennsylvania University. Yes, I do.
All right.
What's your point?
I was just asking. That was all. I just wondered if you were bona fide scientists. That was all.
Where's that accent? Is that? Where are you from? Do you want to tell me where you're from?
I'm from Middlesbrough, mate. On Teesside.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
And question B, Brian, what was question B again out of the
question
two?
B
I
from
was asking
two.
him what his views were on the existence of God.
Wow.
Because I believe in God.
Okay.
Oh, the God complex. Look, I believe there's a God. I believe that there's a being that formed the universe. And I believe that there are bigger powers than ours on
Can
Earth.
I ask a question? Can I interrupt? Who's right? Is it the Christians or the Muslims?
Is that a question to me?
That's Brian. Who do you think's right? The Christians or the Muslims?
Well, the thing is, Muslims have got their God, Allah. Christians have got their God, haven't they?
Huh?
So I suppose everybody, depending on what religion you are, have got your own view on
God,
what
Brian,
your own God is.
Brian, if your God had a fight with Allah, who do you think would win?
Well, I don't know. To me, it's probably the same God, isn't it?
Oh.
If the creator of everything, it'll be one God, but obviously in different parts of different nations around the world, different gods. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Is Jesus came to the West, from Israel and whatever,
yes.
from the Middle East, and then obviously they've got their own messiahs in different parts of the world, haven't they?
Joe, would you like to say anything? We're getting a few more calls.
Me?
Yes, Joe.
You want to talk to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I'm not going to get involved with this. I'm not nuts. You think I'm going to get involved with this?
Okay, Brian, thanks for your call. Let's go to...
For God's sake, who are these people who listen to your...
It's Martin...
Have a serious conversation, please.
Let's go to Martin Sweetheart in Huddersfield. Good evening, Martin.
That's right, darling. I've got a lot of beliefs in these things, but I'd like to ask him, because I had an encounter with God 25 years ago, and he put this with God himself. I might be off, but he put this like a dot in the eye, and I'm wondering, does he think that an angel for a world has X-Men? In X-Men, there's a person...
All right, listen, can I just interrupt? I don't know what one word you've just said.
Okay,
I do not understand one word you just said.
Right, calm down, Professor. Martin is...
Martin's slower.
Just hold on.
Martin's talking about...
Put something in your eye? What?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question then. What do you know about 0-point field?
Excellent question. 0-point fields.
What do you know about
what you're talking about?
You've never heard of the 0-point field?
I can't understand what you're saying. The 0-point field.
Because you're a professor. Now, 0-point field, scientists say that is the source in the universe in which all things come from. If you're a scientist, how come you never heard of the theory of 0-point field?
Of course I've heard of the 0-point field.
Okay, tell me about it, please.
Well, no, we're not here to put him on the...
vacuum state. It's the quantum field theory, the vacuum state, the quantum state with the lowest possible energy. It contains no physical particles. That's the energy of the ground state. This is called the 0-point energy. Okay?
Happy, Martin?
No, I'm not, because what I'd like to also say, right, because, you see, darling, my surname's Gabriel, and I had an encounter with God 25 years ago.
Okay, we're not... Martin, with respect...
Oh, my God's sake.
We're kind of slightly going off on a tangent. The professor is here to talk about his book, Alien Invasion, Dawn of the Hybrid Superspecies.
I saw a UFO when I was 10 years old.
Here we go, we're back in.
Yes, now you're talking. Now you're talking. Go on.
Boom.
I saw a UFO when I was 10 years old. Now, this UFO had a symbol at the bottom of it. When I was 25 years old, I found a pebble, a white pebble, and on the pebble it had the same symbol of the UFO. It had a key drawn on it and a triangle. Now, Jesus in the Bible said he would give certain members a white pebble, and on that pebble something written that no one knows except the person receiving it. Now, this symbol at the bottom of this UFO, what...
Going to hurry you up to a question, Martin, please.
Yeah, okay.
What was the symbol? Tell me, man. What was the symbol? What was on it?
The symbol is like a Pisces, like a H symbol. And I've seen a program about UFOs recently, and there was a UFO on there exactly with the same symbol. It's like a H.
I've got to push you to a question, Martin.
Okay, my question is, don't be too hepped up. You're hepped up. And the question I'm asking is, do you believe that these aliens in X-Men, the film, that these aliens come with a gift, like the people in X-Men have one has a certain gift for one talent, and another one has a...
Like one can sort of slow down time, can't they?
Yeah,
and the Wolverine, of course, is an X-Men, and he's got sideburns and knives instead of fingers.
Yeah, and there's one who can what's the word I'm looking for? He can make himself become a point of energy.
Isn't there one that
point himself up?
Isn't there one that can jack off quicker than anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, there's one who can dematerialize and appear somewhere else.
Yeah.
Now this dot that I have in my eye...
Please get to the question, Martin, because I want to get Kai in before we let the professor go.
I'm asking the question.
Okay, it's taking 10 minutes.
Quick.
Okay, right, the question
What is the question?
What would you like? What power would you like mankind to have now?
Joe, Professor, if you're a member of the X-Men, which one would you like to be?
Jacking off.
Okay. We've got time for one more call. Let's go to Kai. Good evening, Kai.
Good evening.
Kai, you're through to the Professor. What would you like to ask?
Do you understand me? I'm just
yes, I do. Yes.
Hello. Are you from this world?
Yes, I am from this world, UK.
You could be lying. I don't know. Okay, let's go.
Kai, what's your question to the Professor? Because we're all keen for him to put the phone down and send us a picture of an alien.
I know an alien film, right? It's called E.T.
Yes.
Yes.
Have
you ever seen that?
Ian, I think.
Have you ever seen E.T.? Answer the question, Professor. Did you cry?
E.T. Yes, I did, and that's a lovely way to finish it.
Kai, I hope that answers your question, Kai.
Waste of my time and yours.
Okay, does that answer your question, Kai?
And did you enjoy it?
Did you enjoy E.T.?
Yes, I did. Thank you, sir.
That's great, Kai. Kai, does that answer your two questions?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Did you cry, Kai?
I cried a lot, like this.
What do you think of Chinamen? Do you think that they're possibly aliens, Kai?
Yes, there is aliens out there.
Thank you very much indeed. Professor, it's a pleasure as always. The book coming out soon, Alien Invasion, Dawn of the Hybrid Superspecies. And if you can get me a picture of those aliens, I'll tweet it out.
I'm going to send you a picture now.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Professor, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much.